Guess who's back? What is up, people of YouTube? I am FusionMe00, and today I have a theory. And no, not a scientific theory, a gaming theory. One that I think game theorists did not see coming, especially for someone like me to find out. So, does anybody remember the game Sonic 06? I certainly hope so, because it's going to be very important. And I almost hope not, because it was such a terrible game. Gameplay-wise, story-wise, it was okay. I have to say, it was okay for the storyline plot, but gameplay-wise, they kind of effed up there. So many glitches. So little time. But anyways, we're going to be focusing on Silver. Now, if you don't know who Silver is, he's the hedgehog who has telekinetic powers. If you don't know what that means, places his hand right there, moves it. He's like, he doesn't even have to grab it. Like, imagine I wasn't holding this cup, and then this is Silver's hand. Yeah, something like that. But if you do know, then congratulations. Now you know how retarded I am for trying to explain that. Anyways, so the theory. Well, let's just start out with what's Silver's story. Silver was born during the disaster that happened in Sonic 06 after Iblis took over the world, turning it into hell on Earth. This could be, and it doesn't really explain who his parents are because they died at a young age. And still not knowing what age that is, I had a few theories saying that, oh, maybe it's just something we don't need to worry about. But then it hit me. Silver is a hedgehog, correct? So, how many other hedgehogs are actually out there? This led me to go into some further investigation of Sonic 06, because he honestly doesn't make that much story appearances that really contradict to Silver himself. You know, I wish he had his own game like Shadow did. That would have been pretty cool, too. You know, just telekinetically moving things out of the way. That would have been pretty awesome. But anyways, yeah. So, my first theory is a little surprising. Silver is Sonic. Now, there's a few holes in this theory saying that he was born during the disaster, and Sonic was obviously born during the time Robotnik or Eggman was taking over. But that's probably what he meant by disaster, possibly. He never really explains what disaster he was talking about. Sonic could have easily lost his memory as well, going through battles, probably got hit in the head too hard and freaking forgot most things, got amnesia. And that white fur just could be him growing old. And his super speed could have been transformed to some sort of flying form, and Chaos could have possibly just given him the powers of telekinetic. Or maybe he used the Chaos Emeralds and allowing him to give those powers. Just like how Shadow has Chaos Spear, Chaos Blast, and Chaos Control, but I guess anybody can use Chaos Control, so we're going to leave that one out of it. And then, but that also makes sense for when Blaze comes in, why she has feelings for Silver. Because she first appeared in Sonic Advanced for DS. Yeah, that one. And she started showing some feelings for Sonic, and she did the same in Advance 2. And could have just easily been her watching over Silver or Sonic, making sure he doesn't get hurt. But this could also be Shadow, because if you think about it, since Shadow already has his powers, he could obviously have gained new ones. Could have gotten nicer, could have gotten older. Same thing with the amnesia. And I don't know, and then he doesn't really tell he had powers, and technically his father figure and his mother figure or sister figure or something died at a very young age. He was on the ark for what? I don't even know, like a few years. If I'm wrong with that, I doubt it could be anything more. I mean, he does keep the same age forever, but still, he was still kind of a child. Then he probably grew up in that GUN containment area, and probably could have gained some rudeness and stuff after having Maria being killed by Gun as well. And same thing could have gone with Blaze, just watching over them because friends. And yes, what about the parents for Sonic? Well, in the Sonic TV series known as Sonic Underground, if anybody actually remembers that show, it does have Sonic's siblings and his mother. I honestly don't know about his father because I never actually caught up with the series. I was too busy watching Sonic Sadom. And the only father figure that was ever in Sonic Sadom was Uncle Chuck. So possibly Sonic could have thought his Uncle Chuck as a father and could have possibly still know her mother, both being dead because they never appear in any video game from what I'm told. Not one. Unless, of course, Metal Sonic was Chuck at one point if you know the Sadom series well. But enough of that. And onward to another theory. Silver is the son of Sonic. This one can make entire sense if you think about it. It really doesn't explain how Silver's parents died. I think he says he saw his father get killed, but then never doesn't mention a thing about his mother, but I could possibly be wrong. What if Sonic and Blaze had Silver during the time of the war, because he was born during the Iblis stage, and I guess they decided we need to recreate humanity, so they came together. Why do I pick Blaze for this? Well, it's kind of illogical for any other girl character for Sonic to be with that could actually have Silver gain these powers. I mean, Blaze is in another universe, and she holds the power of flames, so she can just easily whop up flame from her hands and just say, out, abracadabra, flame ball. And Silver could easily gain some sort of power like that. Could have gotten the same cocky attitude as Sonic. And I guess he acquired the powers from Blaze. Two different family eras. He's being a hedgehog from Sonic, and then powers from Blaze, but not the same powers. This could also be the same thing for Shadow. Because let's face it, he's a hedgehog as well, and he has other powers as well. And since Blaze can't use the Chaos Emeralds, and apparently Silver can, it would make more sense if Shadow and Blaze hooked up. Now, some people are saying Shadow and Rouge. Not really, because think about it. Silver doesn't actually have the powers from Shadow since he only has Chaos ones. And I do know that, but he couldn't have gained new powers. Maybe Shadow could have hooked up with somebody else, but for now I'm just going to stick with Sonic and Blaze, or Shadow and Blaze. Now, there's one more theory, but I think I might have forgot it. Oh, it's actually nothing to do with Silver. It's actually Mephiles from Sonic 06. There are two Mephileses. Let me get you some time to soak that in. You soaked in yet? You got it? You good? Okay, you're good. So, if you play the Shadow story in Sonic 06, you can see that and then compared to Silver story, both Mephileses have different figures. This could possibly just been some sort of rush programming and graphic images for both Mephileses, but I don't think so. If you play in Shadow story, Mephiles has greenish eyes. He looks younger, and his voice is like mid-20s, early 30s. But if you play in Silver story, it's more greenish bluish as a hazel color. He looks older, and he's got a different voice. Now, I don't know if both Mephileses are voiced by the same person. That easily could just be something we could leave out completely. But two Mephileses, couldn't that mean something to do with future games? Let me give you time to soak that in. I'm just going to give you 5 seconds for this one. Okay. So if you think about this, after which game? Okay. The games that came after that were advanced to Sonic and the Seven Rings or something, Sonic and the Black Knight, and then there was Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, Sonic Lost World. And here's the thing about those games. In each one of those, they don't explain a fucking thing on how Eggman discovered these. In Sonic Unleashed, he somehow knows to use the Chaos Emerald's powers to shoot at the Earth and then release this guy named Gaia. How did he learn this? What, did he just find the random book and said, ooh, this seems like a good plan, I should try it out? Nothing could go wrong. I don't think so, because at the end of Sonic 06, only one Mephiles. I don't know which Mephiles, but the other Mephiles could be working with Eggman. If you think about it, Eggman does seem like he has someone working with him and he's trying to hide it. And it would make sense because Mephiles could easily told him, you know what, let's try and bring in Gaia. That could work. Hey, there's these little things called, I don't know, there's some sort of weird alien things that live on plants. Pretend to be good for once, and then trick Sonic's crew into thinking that you're good so that you can grab these aliens. Goes into deep space. Oh, hey, I recognize that thing before. They call him the Time Eater. Yeah, use that to your advantage. That seems like a good idea, Eggman. Go for it. Could easily explain so much things. Adam, don't even mention Dark Lost World. Because the Lost Hex? How did Eggman find that? They don't explain it. How did he find the weird shell that controls the Deadly Six? They don't explain that. How does he know how to build a machine to extract the powers into powering the Hex? And how does he know that even works? Does it explain? I think you already know the answer to that. So not only am I covering a theory to who Silver is and his past, but I'm also talking about the after of an enemy. Let me give you some time to soak that in, to think, you know, what if this kid's right? What if Mephiles does have two people and he's been helping Eggman out at the time? That would explain how Eggman find these things not by random. You'd have to know about this, and you can't just randomly turn to this magic-ass book and say, next plan. Okay. Alright. New Sonic Boom characters. What? What, DLC for Sonic Lost World first? Alright, sounds good. That's Eggman. Okay. That would be Eggman if it's a freaking Mephiles thing. But, okay. If you think there are some other holes into my theories, leave it in the comments below. But I think I got a really good explanation on on how good this is. I'm not bragging of how much research I did to look at this. I didn't go into mathematical terms. I just looked at storyline plots. But if you guys know something that I don't that could help with some of the holes in this theory, be sure to comment them so I can fill them in and see if the puzzle piece fits. Thank you all for watching. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.